facing a $161 million budget deficit, the MBTA has proposed fare increases and cuts in service that would dramatically affect Waltham residents who ride buses and trains to Boston. This week, the City Council unanimously approved a resolution calling on the governor and state legislature to provide funding to the MBTA and avoid those cuts. Ward 9 Councilor Robert Logan said the MBTA has proposed two scenarios.
Scenario 1 for Waltham eliminates weekday bus service on Route 170, which is the Central Square, Waltham to Dudley Square via Back Bay run. Some of the buses on that route run via North Waltham, so North Waltham would lose service. The 554 bus route, which is Waverly Square to downtown Boston via Central Square, Waltham. They would also eliminate Saturday bus service on the 553, which is the Roberts to downtown Boston via Central Square, Waltham, and the 554, which is the Waverly Square bus to downtown Boston via Central Square in Waltham, and eliminate all service after 10 p.m. and all Saturday and Sunday service on the commuter rail. Now, since routes 505, 556, and 558 do not run on weekends anyway, what this would mean is that there would be no way to get in and out of Boston on weekends or after 10 p.m. on weekdays. That's the lower level of service cuts. No way to get into Boston from Waltham on nights and weekends.
The second plan, he said, would eliminate even more bus routes, including all in North Waltham. Ward 2 Councilor Edmund Turallo said the MBTA could then charge more to those who use its premium service called the Ride, and Waltham would still be required to pay the $1.2 million subsidy it now pays to support the MBTA.
We need to ask the legislature and the governor for their assistance to get us out of this problem that they probably individually didn't create, but now have the burden of having to deal with it, or otherwise our citizens will suffer from a great deal of problem with regard to the RIDE program, with regard to its bus routes, to say nothing of our commuter rail service. Everything as far as public transportation will be gone from the city of Waltham, and we'll still be paying $1.2 million from the taxpayers of Waltham.
Logan urged Waltham residents to attend a public input meeting with MBTA officials and members of the state legislature on Thursday, March 1st, 6 to 8 p.m. at Government Center. For the Waltham News Watch, I'm Bill Heatley.
The MBTA is currently holding public meetings to propose either higher fares or reduced service to cope with revenue shortages that could claim hundreds of jobs. At a Gatehouse Media press conference this week, the state's Secretary of Transportation, Richard Davey, gave the following reasons for the T's financial woes: a 65% rise in operating costs, including health care insurance, fuel, and energy; interest payments on billions of dollars in debt inherited from the Big Dig; unexpected shortfalls in sales tax revenue, a primary revenue source; and since 2002, a 400% spike in demand for the ride, a service offering $2 fares to people with disabilities.